Hey guys, welcome back. Henry from Nature Aquariums, and today we are gonna unbox and take a look at this Fluval LIV tank. Now, this tank has been out for about 6 months as of the time of this filming, but I've really never bothered to buy one. I don't know, the whole thing about having a bowl did not appeal to me, as we are so much against bowls because of filtration. It wasn't until I went to a recent trade show that I saw one in action. I kind of got to peek around in it, and it interests me, so I bought one. And what we're gonna do today is take it apart, and we're gonna look at it and see how it works. I'll tell you the good, the bad, and the ugly, so stick around so you can learn more about it. All right, so let's look at a couple of things. This is a bowl style aquarium, but this uses something old school, which is called an under gravel filter, which means that it's gonna suck water down through the substrate into this pump chamber and pump it right back up. A couple things to note: do not use sand with this because it'll clog up the filter, so you can only use gravel. Or they say that you can use aqua soil. I'm not too sure on aqua soil. Aqua soil tends to degrade, and I'm afraid long term it's gonna clog. In our setup, we're gonna use gravel. And then the water gets pumped through the filter and then back out through the center. It's 1.6 gallons. I'm a little bit on the fence what's gonna go in there. I wanna see what type of flow we're getting, whether we're gonna end up doing this as shrimp or whether we're gonna put some smaller fish. It all depends to be seen. Let's unbox it and let's see what's inside. And instructions. View decent. Can you see that, Chris? So it's got basically how to lay the foundation, build your aquascape. It's got the parts list. I already do see something that on the instructions that I may not like, but let's figure it out. That feels so good doing that. You have no idea. I hope I didn't hit anything. All right, so this part separates. Little protective cover on the light. Okay, USB plug, but it's dual USBs. That means that the lighting is not gonna be able to be individually put on a timer. Unlike the cool tank that I did from Fluval the other week, that one had a separate power supply for its light. So one thing I'm already noticing is that the pump and the light are both on the same outlet. So if you want to automate your lighting and have this on a timer, like on a separate Wi-Fi timer, you're gonna have to pick up another USB brick because they only gave us one for 2. So I don't like that, but let's see how the rest of the tank looks. Okay, so I am going to plug in the light so we can get a little light as we explore this tank. That's white. It's a simple on-off. There is no blue mode or anything else. Okay. Chris, I don't know if you can see that. That is the under gravel filter. This is all siliconed in. It is a glass bowl, which is nice. And this foam over here will protect any of the debris going into the grate. It is removable. I'm sure you're gonna have to do some maintenance on this at some point. To put it in, you just slide it like that, and that means that your gravel is gonna go around this. So that's kind of smart, actually. This is different than old school under gravel filters, because under gravel filters, all you had was just a grate on the inside, and all the gravel would sit on it. Here, they're using this big foam block to keep the gravel from going in there. So that means that any rock or anything you're going to put on top of that. This is different than what I was expecting. Okay, so this is the pump chamber. I don't know if you can get that. There is the pump. I guess it's pushing water down. All right, so this is the filter chamber. There's 2 holes in there. I don't know if you can see that, Chris. Okay, one of them is the drain from that, and the second hole feeds the return. So this pump over here feeds it going straight down, and then they give you a little filter pad that you would slide in there. And supposedly you can put a small slimline heater in this chamber here in case you need to. The first thing I notice is biomedia, right? Where's all the biological going to occur? Since there isn't any bio in here, normally with an under gravel filter, all the gravel becomes your biological, and I'm sure this sponge is going to become biological as well. The only cons is that if 6 months or 8 months down the road, this really starts to slow down because this is so clogged, you're going to have to take all your fish out, and you're going to have to move your substrate and really redo your tank every 6 to 8 months or a year. I don't know. We don't know how long it's going to work, right? But that is a con that I see with this because of this type of filtration. It's a little bit more maintenance heavy than other styles that all your filtration is done in there. So that's why I'm going to make this scape as simple as possible and one that we can quickly redo, since there is no biological in here. Then you have a little lid over here, and it's got some warnings and instructions to clean the impeller regularly. This goes like that, and then the light goes like here, and then it has a little nice cable management to send it out through the back. I mean, the format looks really cute. I'd much rather have people use this type of bowl with filtration than buying those horrible bowls at, at a box store with no filtration. So this at least is going to give filtration, oxygenation. It's going to do its job. I just don't know, the long term, the maintenance on it. So far, so good. This also comes in white, and we're going to go and scape this thing on our scaping table. All right, so I found a cool gravel that I like. It's multicolor. And we're going to begin by covering the sides. Make sure you try not to get gravel down the spout. That would be a good thing. So you may want to cover it with your other free hand. If you're going to cover the sponge, go with a very light covering, like that. So now we have to figure out what we're going to put in here. I don't know, maybe a piece of wood like that? What do you think? You like that, Chris?
Yeah, it doesn't look bad. Yeah.
Okay. That means we're going to have to get some wood and glue and rock to weigh it down, because otherwise it's going to go and pop right up. And what rock are we going to get? One rock, two rock. We used these on the last build, and I really like them. Except this time I think we're only going to go with green rock. Let's go get them rinsed out We're going to try not to glue it to the table this time. Whatever you do, don't glue yourself to the piece of wood or rock. Haha! That's what happens when you're glue. Oh, nope. And don't grab the side that is full of glue. All right. Now I'm getting pebbles stuck on me. This is a CA glue accelerator. That's a good test. You put it in a bucket of water. If it stays down, it means that it's working. So let's do some mosses. Let's do some nice Christmas moss. And a couple of anubias on lava rock. The reason I'm choosing these, it's going to be easy to take apart when you have to do the maintenance. One thing to note is as the water level on the tank rises, so does the water level in the column over here, and they're always going to be equal. Okay, we're going to put a packet of Purigen in here, and that's going to help pull away all the tannins from the wood, and it's going to polish the water, make it crystal clear. We're going to check the PAR. I don't suspect it's going to be very high. And we're pulling about a 20-25 par, which is really good. So this should be able to grow all of your low light plants and mosses. All right, so here's my conclusion. The lighting is actually surprisingly really good for a little low-tech setup like this. It's not too bright, which is usually a problem with most small aquarium kit setups. The lighting is just perfect for what we are doing here. I do like the fact that it has the additional filtration in the back. I was able to put the Purigen in there. You could probably put a heater if you wanted to. My two concerns with this setup are going to be two. One, what am I going to put here as far as livestock? We still have to go and cycle the tank. We do a fishless cycle with ammonia and bacteria. But who am I going to put in here? I don't know if I'm going to go with shrimp or with a beta. The filtration is going to be pretty decent with all that gravel and the sponge in there. Long term, it's doing the maintenance. And that's where the verdict is out. I don't know how good of or easy of maintenance this is going to be 6 months down the road. So this is too early. I'm not going to delay the video for 6 months, but I wanted to tell you the pros and cons looking at this. I think it's a very cute setup. I think functionally it looks well. I think the ability to get into the filtration system is actually quite easy. And I think they did a good job packaging. It's very sturdy. It is glass. You don't have to worry about scratches getting in there. And it was surprisingly easier to work in than I thought it was going to be. I am going to say it is a recommend to buy, but you have to give your hardscape a lot of planning. Make sure that it's a scape that you can quickly take apart in case there's a clog in the filter. So that's going to be my recommendation. I think sticking to mosses and epiphytes are going to be your best solution because of the setup. And as far as livestock, probably a beta would be fine, or shrimp. I would not do small fish like rasboras in here because I think they're just going to be too difficult to grab in case you have to do a cleaning of that sponge. That being said, probably doing shrimp is going to be a little bit difficult trying to grab all the shrimp out of there. So we'll see if we do an update on this for you guys down the road. But for right now, I like it. There are some things against it, but for the price, it is a good setup. As always, thank you guys for watching, liking, and subscribing to our channel. Use the comments below. Ask all sorts of questions. I'll try to answer them as best as I can. And hopefully some of these comments and questions will come in after I've had some longer term exposure to the tank. Thanks for watching and have a great day.